Hello, hello, my loves, and welcome to EQ with Jah. So, the concept of free will, I know that I have talked about this before, but sometimes I think it gets kind of, I don't know if it feels out there for some people or if it's something that's not really part of your, conceptual thinking. We have to remember that free will is just as much a thing as our existence, okay? We, me, breathing, talking to you, I did not choose to live in my consciousness of being a human. Maybe my soul chose this, whatever you want to call it, avatar, body, flesh, timeline, whatever that might be, that is the soul and universe and spirits. That's the predestined part, okay? This thing inside of us that again allows us to realize we have consciousness, that we have a body that, oh, it breathes. So that means I should breathe. Oh, I'm getting hungry. Oh, okay. So consciousness is I'm aware I should eat. Okay, yeah, I should eat. The body is going to tell you through the mechanicisms of, getting what they call a grumble stomach or whatever you want to call it, or your belly's talking to you and you start getting anxiety or you start getting hungry or hangry. These are all emotional signs and antennae for the body to speak with the emotional conscious, which is the soul and the remembrance and all that. So when you recognize that your body, as a human being, you have no choice in this existence. You were just put here. You are literally something that represents an expression of the universe. You might just look at a tree and see a tree, but that tree is providing a purpose and a service to the universe. Maybe we can't see it, but that tree knows its purpose. And every season and every year it does what it has to do to be a part of its spiritual pre-designed path. Do you understand? Now, just like anything else, we don't know if a tree decides it's ready to rot away and fall away. We don't know. But I do know that there's places and environments that certain types of species thrive better in. This is when we start to recognize free will is options and then making choices off of those options. That is simply the easiest way I can explain free will. Free will is not this thing where it's like, well, I'm gonna do what I want to do because I can do this and I made this decision to do this, but you're only doing that as a way to push yourself away from somebody else telling you what to do. You know what I mean? Like there's people where like it can be the best thing for them. You can be like, hey, you should probably do this. But because someone told them to do it, I'm not doing that. They will allow themselves to make a choice that is not part of their destined path, but to allow their body to decay because their free will choice said, I don't want to do anything. That's all free will is, a choice to do or not to do. Do you want to be stagnant? Do you want to be in action? Both are both beneficial to your growth and your healing. You have to sit still to heal. And you got to learn how to be able to move and be malleable to grow. So both are interchangeably a part of knowing that we as humans, we walk through this earth and we wake up every day and we make what we say are our choices. But if it was your choice, would you wake up and work a 9 to 5? Would you wake up and drive to work? Would you wake up and prefer to stay home? 2020 has given us all this opportunity to reflect on this type of here's the life you live based on a predestined design and and manipulated, you know, path that somebody else said this is what you're supposed to do. And you, the emotional body, trusting whoever is around you in your environment telling you this, if you trust it or you feel safe in it, you're just going to replicate it. And most humans are trained to not question that. And that's where we have to start getting back to the emotional mind as well as the emotional body, because the emotional mind, it's there to have that type of let's have a conversation to say that this is a logical choice. A lot of people say they're logical thinkers, but in order to be emotionally logical, you have to know what emotional regulation is. You can't get upset and hype about a choice that, yeah, there's a logical answer, but according to your free will, that's not that's not what you want. So you're going to just, nope, I don't agree. I don't agree. I don't agree. That's a free will choice. Or you can say, you know what? I don't see it, but since it's available to me and someone else has put in the work to provide me options and opportunities to things that maybe I don't understand yet, I'm going to accept this moment for me to grow. You know what I mean? And in that moment of growing or choosing to grow, now you made a free will choice to step back onto your aligned, destined path. Now, to some people, this might seem controversial, but we as humans are not here to serve other humans. Your life is not meant to wake up every day and go work for somebody else and make them money. Your life is not to grow up and worship your parents as if they're idols and they do everything beyond just being human themselves. You can respect someone, but you still have your own singular, divine, unique path to follow. And you have to understand once you get to a certain age, it is your free will choice to either take over as the parent for the inner child who still needs guidance, love, attention, affection, validation, or you choose to keep them locked away in a world that tells you this is what you're supposed to do. Don't ever talk to them. Don't think for yourself and go live your life. And then if you live in that world and you're angry and you're frustrated and you're fighting people all the time, that's because that's not your free will choice. That's your conditioning. There's a lot of people who do say stuff like, that's all I had to do. That's who I am. That's where I'm from. Like this again, this is not something I try to use to bag on people or to put myself in some level of pedestal, but I've been in the streets. I've been in situations where I didn't have a place to stay and I didn't understand what was going on, but I was making choices that kept me conditioned to the environment I was living in. When I realized I was broke and I was like, you know what? I can be broke somewhere else. I saved 2 checks, left Chicago, and moved across the country to California because I knew that, hey, if I can keep reinventing myself over and over in Chicago, I knew that I could do it somewhere else. So why stay somewhere that I knew for me personally I was not ready or wasn't willing to grow in? And I wasn't really able to replicate the lifestyle that people wanted me to be. I'm not a mean person, but you have to stay in a constant state of, hey, what you want? You know what I mean? Like, that's the type of environment larger cities produce. And so this is a choice. So I moved to San Diego to a place where it was a little more low key, a lot more nature, it was quieter. I learned a lot about myself. And in that learning, I started to make free will choices that kept me aligned with a healthier path that I feel is predestined for us as human beings. No one is built to not work. Period. If you're born and you're breathing, you're working for something. Whatever that might be, if it's producing something for your family, if you're providing an energy for yourself, whatever you were born into this earth to do and be, you're going to be, and it's going to express itself freely. So choosing to live in your authenticism, this aligns you with better free will choices versus living in a distorted world and reality that was created for you. And then you make what you think are free will choices, which are really just someone else's control, giving you their choices of option. That's where this against that. When you really step outside of that and say, who decided this was this or that? Why do I have to choose either one of these? What if I don't want either one of these? Or what if I like something from both that I want to put them together? That's when you step outside of others' reality of free will and you step into your own destined free will. I know I'm saying a lot, but I'm trying to line it up as best as I can. But this is really important to let it sink in that we were put on this earth because something decided that's what it wanted to do. What that something is, we can call it God, universe, Gaia, spirit, ancestor. But beyond the flesh, we have to know that if you have this just urge to sing, you want to sing, you sing every day, you think about singing, it doesn't matter that other people like your type of singing. It matters that you are expressing an energy through your body that needs to be expressed. Doing so allows you to see the clarity of what you're really here for when you say functionality and purpose, and then you start connecting it to what we call our passions. This is bringing it all together to make free will choices, which is functionally, I need a job and I got to work. Okay, so let me get a job that at least I know I can do every day and not be so stressed out that I can't function emotionally. You get what I'm saying? So now I have a job where I can work from home. I'm comfortable. I can do whatever I want as far as dress and everything else, but I get my job done and I'm happy. Now I can focus on my emotional world, which is my purposefulness. Purposefully, what do I want to do? This is then when you say, oh, I actually have always had free will. I was so distracted by the outside world that I thought was destined for me. But when I took ownership of it and accountability for the things that were just not mine and things from my past that were mine, I was able to see, oh, this is just a reality of opportunity, choice, coincidence, conditioning, environment, whatever you want to apply it to. You can take yourself out of any environment and replant yourself somewhere else. Then I was able to see that my purpose was to be a communicator through healing. That is my purpose. And then when I saw that I was able to step outside of my shell of being shy and scared and putting myself out there vulnerably. Like when I first started these videos, I was like, oh my God, this is so vulnerable. I got to talk to people. And people are like, Jawan, you talk all day, every day to people. What's the difference? And I was like, yeah, I had to get through that emotional world of knowing like, you can do this. And so when I started to do this, my passion started to come to me. Everything that I do attached to the websites and the videos and the quotes and the other little projects I work on, that I have a bigger vision in my head that it's going to collectively become something else. But right now it's just letting me see all the different gifts that I've been born with and that I get to utilize every single day that align me to, again, my purpose, my passion. And then you get to have free will to be either in a place of stagnancy or action that gets you, again, what you want out of this life. Nothing is ever going to be your choice in life, honestly, when it comes to living. But where you live, how you live, who you live with and around, that's the free will that's going to keep you grounded, that's going to keep you balanced, that's going to keep you in alignment. And then when you can see that, you will genuinely respect it more. And every choice that you make will not be something in a rash decision of trying to make other people feel comfortable, but something that's going to allow you to actually cultivate, heal, and get to live another day knowing you have free will for a reason. It's not something to take lightly, because when you take it lightly, you end up in other people's realities. And a lot of the times people are like, well, this is not my life. No, it's not, my love, because you are a co-creator and you're a creator of everything that you get to be a part of. There's a lot of damage in this world, and trust me, I know it sucks, but if you have the opportunity to get away or escape or do anything that allows you to find you, use your free will to do so. Make choices that are going to keep you happy and healthy, and knowing that you're a precious, precious, precious creation of God, and God knows what they've done. God to me is a multiple of universes and energies. So God knows what they've done. They know that, hey, if I can keep you aligned and letting you feel like you're a part of this thing that's kind of bigger than you, again, because the heart beat without our choice, but we do have the choice to eat foods that keep the heart healthy or not. You understand? That's the free will. I'm trying to really tie it all together because I don't want it to get lost in translation. But just like, again, the heart is going to beat until it dies. And your free will choices of what you eat, exercise, all that is going to decide how much longer and the quality of life you live. So if you have the free will choice to be an active part of this co-creation that we really don't have a choice in, which is pre-designed, you'll start to really understand what free will means. All right, guys, I love you. I said a lot. I said free will a lot, but thank you for using your free will to check in with me while I can check in with you. Check me out on all my social media platforms, epicenity.org, Blankcanvas.club for everything EQ, as well as all my other social media platforms. All right. I love you guys. Stay true to yourselves and make choices that benefit you. Bezos. Mwah, mwah, mwah.